So we'll keep you posted on all of that. Gary Nelson is at the Emergency Operations Center in Dade here in Doral. And Gary, I know you've been talking to officials for the last several days. There's one point that I'd love for you to put to them if and when you get the chance, and that has to do with the number of homeless people that we continue to see out on the streets. I know that there was an effort to gather them up and to bring them to safety, but a lot of them either were not found at the time or refused to go. And I'm just wondering if you, when you have a chance, if you could try to get some information for us, because that's a story we're getting a lot of questions, a lot of concern being raised on social media.
Well, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And you know, as is often the case with the homeless, they have minds of their own. Some wrestle with mental issues, and they're not going to go to that shelter if you want them to or not, and you can't pick someone up and physically drag them off. Now, did we hear someone say, don't go outside? I can tell you that I heard a report about an hour and a half ago from my colleague, the venerable and hugely respected Hank Tester down on Fort Lauderdale Beach, and he said this is probably the last shot you're going to see from me. Hank knows well enough to get the heck out of that weather. I can tell you that driving here to this Emergency Operations Center about an hour and a half ago, it was, quite frankly, quite dicey portions along the way. Fortunately, it was only about a 20-block long drive, but it really wasn't an absolutely safe drive to make. You certainly should not be outdoors. Someone once said there are old reporters and there are bold reporters, but there are no old, bold reporters. So I do hope that all of our colleagues out there in the field are also heeding the advice of emergency managers. And if you are in the field, you're in such a position, you're behind a barrier of some sort, out of the wind, and you're not going to take a plank or a coconut in the head. Now, I spoke just a few minutes ago with the Chief of Staff, the Chief Spokesperson for Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Jimenez, and here is the way he outlined the situation in Miami-Dade County. What is our status now? What does the future hold?
We're experiencing 80 to 100 mile per hour winds throughout Miami-Dade County since this morning. This is the event we've been preparing for 4 or 5 days. Please stay indoors. We're going to have this all day. It's flooding, it's wind. It will be a very high storm surge of 4 to 6 feet, especially in the southern portion of the county. We're asking everyone, please be patient. Please stay indoors. At last count, and it may have changed just now, but 575,000 Miami-Dade residents are without power. FPL will be responding to restore power. It will take time, though. Winds have to come down below 35 miles an hour. So again, we're really asking the public, our residents, please calm down, be patient. We will be there. FPL will be there as well, but we need this storm to pass.
And when the storm passes, it ain't over.
It isn't. That's the restoration effort is the biggest challenge. One of the priorities for Mayor Jimenez and Miami-Dade County government will be ensuring that the roads are clear, and that is a difficult process. We will have public works and transportation officials out, not just to assess immediately after the storm, but where we remove the debris. There's a lot of debris. That's why we're encouraging folks not to be on the roads. Trees are falling, branches are falling, they're blowing over. We have that in our roads. It's a life safety issue.
A life safety issue. The word from the Miami-Dade County Emergency Operations Center as we experience these conditions that, as we are hearing Lisette and our meteorology team tell us, they're going to worsen as the day goes on and will not subside until, begin to subside until this evening at some point. In the meantime, do not venture out. Take care of yourself. We're already receiving reports of flooding in the Coconut Grove area, severe flooding in the Coconut Grove area of Miami. That was a report from our colleagues just a short while ago at the Miami Herald. And the presumption is that down in South Miami-Dade, the lowest areas, those most prone to flooding, that we're seeing, I would imagine, flooding down in the low-lying areas of South Miami-Dade. If you're having flooding in your areas, please give CBS 4 News a call. Our desk at 305-639-4500, 305-639-4500. Give us a call if you would, and let us know about flooding conditions in your neighborhood, your area, what you're seeing, what you can see safely. For Pete's sake, don't go out in the front yard and look up and down the street to see if there's standing water there, but let us know. We'd also like to hear from folks in the Palmetto Bay area. Palmetto Bay along the coast in the red zone. We're curious to know at this point if the waters are rising in that Palmetto Bay area north of the deep South Dade area that there is real concern about. First responders, you know, we don't call them our finest for nothing. We kept hearing and we've heard about, well, you know, the police and fire rescue, they're not going to go out when winds reach sustained tropical force. Well, winds reached sustained tropical force a long time ago, and the fact of the matter is real emergencies, 911 at this point, the men in blue, the firefighters, the fire rescue, they are making runs, and it depends on the nature of the call, and at some point they're not going to make those 911 runs, but they have been. In fact, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, we have been told, did respond to a call of a woman in labor, and she gave birth in the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Advanced Medical Rescue Unit. So our finest are out there putting themselves at risk for you. Don't put them at risk unnecessarily. Do not call 911 unless you have an absolute critical emergency situation, and even then, at some point today, they are not going to be able to respond. You folks back in the studio?
Gary, that's fascinating about the woman who gave birth in the fire department. Do you know anything else about that birth? Was it a boy, a girl? Do you know anything?
You know, I'm going to find out. I have not heard. I learned only, my colleague Mary Bell Rodriguez learned earlier that fire rescue did in fact respond to a call, a woman in labor, and the news was then from the fire department that the woman in fact gave birth in the rescue unit. We do not know the particulars. Was it a boy? Was it a girl? But I think we're talking 10 fingers, 10 toes, healthy, wise, no doubt, and hopefully wealthy.
Hopefully we'll find out more about that baby.
Yeah, there will be plenty, and there are always, as Lisette was talking about her experience with Hurricane Andrew. Of course, I had my experience with Hurricane Andrew, which made landfall 3/4 of a mile, perhaps, from my home in Palmetto Bay. I can tell you Hurricane Andrew stories from now till next Sunday, and there are going to be plenty of storm stories to come out of this one. And now the woman who called 911, the guys went out in tropical storm force winds this morning at their own peril, and brought this woman into the rescue unit, we are told, and she delivered and gave birth, and we are told it went well.
Glad to hear that. Gary Nelson at the Miami-Dade County Emergency Operations Center for us in Doral. Gary, thanks.